It's for all my people. Look, said I'm blacker than black and you know what, bro, I love it. I've been put down cause my skin is dark, but these days no one can tell me.
Part 2 of the Q&A, man, and in this video, I'm gonna cover the wave-related questions that you guys asked me, man. I'm gonna give you the keys, bruh. Come on now. So, let's get straight into this video, man. Question number 1. Do I know anyone with 720 waves? No, I don't. Not in real life anyway. On YouTube, I know a couple people who have 720 waves. That comes to mind. What's that guy's name? Just in Time. Pop up somewhere there. He has 720 waves. He's probably the best person I know that has 720 waves, man. So yeah, go check him out if you're interested in learning about 720 waves. You should get 540s. That's not a question.
Stupid.
Maybe one day, man. Maybe one day when I get bored of my pattern, I'll switch it up. I've already started to mess with my crown, see if I can turn it into a swirl. So hey, maybe one day I'll just switch to get the 540s. Is it true that excess brushing for waves can damage your hair, thin your hair, or just remove your hair? No, that's not true, man. So, okay, so it's kind of true, but it's not really true, all right? It's not true for the reason that people say it. It's not the brushing itself that is causing your hair to fall out or to thin or come out of your head. It's not the brushing itself. It's how you're brushing and what brush you're using, all right? If you have, say you have low density hair and you have fine hair, all right? And you're using a hard brush, if your hair falls out, it's your fault. You shouldn't be doing that.
That is where you go wrong.
So it's important to know what I call your hair profile, all right? If you've been on this channel for a while, you heard that term before. Your hair profile. Your hair profile is made up of your hair type, 1, 2, 3, or 4. Your hair texture, all right, which is gonna be fine, medium, or coarse. Your hair density, which is going to be either low density, medium density, or high density, and your hair porosity, all right? You need to know all those 4 things, all right? Once you know those 4 things, you're going to know what products to use, including brushes, all right? If you're using a brush that's too hard for your head and you're applying too much pressure on your head when you're using it, that's going to be what causes your hair to start to thin or fall out because of your brushing, all right? So be careful with that. When is the best time to start your wave journey? After a cut, or can I start whenever, even if my hair is medium long? You can start whenever, man. Now, obviously, the optimum time is to start straight after a cut. Now, the reason why that's the optimum time is there's 2 reasons. 1, straight after a cut, your hair's gonna be low. So because it's low, you can really build your wave pattern from the bottom up, all right? You can build it from the bottom up. So it's gonna be easier for you to, 1, actually make progress, and 2, to be consistent with that progress, because you're going to have a lot more visibility of what you're doing and so on, all right? Now, if your hair is longer, there's nothing that stops you, man. There's nothing that stops you. Hit a wash and style. The wash and style is almost like a reset button. So that wash and style is going to let you know what the full potential of your hair in its current state is when it comes to waves. And then from there, you just need to be consistent with your brush angles, all right? It's important to be consistent, and it's important to use the right brush for the length that your hair is at, okay? So if your hair is really long, use a hard. If it's not that long, use a medium, okay? You want to be consistent with that. So it's easier straight after a cut, but nothing stops you from doing it if your hair's like medium long or even long. Like, you can still get started, and when you get a cut, you would have made a little bit of progress. But lower hair, you're gonna make more progress. It's gonna be more productive for you. Things like sporting waves and DACs, are they necessary? Absolutely not. They are completely unnecessary, man. They're totally unnecessary. Pomades in general are not necessary. Now, there are 2 types of pomades, and the second type is becoming much more popular now. So the first type, which is the more traditional type, is like a hair gel or a wax, right? Which is like what I call a holding pomade, all right? So they're designed to hold your hair and your waves in place, right? The second type, which is becoming more common now, is a moisturizing pomade, all right? Its primary purpose is not actually to provide hold. It might do that, but that's not its primary purpose. Its primary purpose is actually to moisturize your hair, all right? Now, those are fine. Cool, you use those, that's great. But the holding pomades, you don't need them. You don't need them. In a lot of cases, overusing them is what's gonna make your hair look crappy, all right? So they're not necessary at all right? They're not necessary. I hate to break it to you, they just not. Wash before or after your haircut. I always say before. I always say you wash before your haircut because one, if you wash before your haircut, that's more hygienic. It's the most hygienic thing to do for your sake and for your barber's sake. And two, it's gonna leave your waves in the best condition and most laid down as possible, all right? So when you do get your haircut, you're gonna see the most amount of progress, all right? Do a wash day, you get progress, you make sure your waves are as in line and as laid down as possible. Then when you get your haircut, you're gonna see the most progress. So I would always say before. If you wanna do it after, you can do it after, but if you're gonna do it after, make sure you're doing the right process. Make sure you're following the process that I've given you for the wash and style. This video here is gonna show you the right process to make sure you don't lose any progress, regardless of what level, whether you're a beginner or not. So make sure you go check that out. Card in the top right, man. So make sure you're following the right process if you're gonna do a wash and style after your haircut. How long have you had waves for? I've had waves for a very long time, but kind of on and off, right? So back when I was like 15, how long is that now? 12 years, do the maths. But yeah, I went to America, I saw a guy who had waves, they looked mad, and I said, what the hell is that? I came back and I saw Trey Songz, I Need a Girl. I saw the video for that. I need a girl. And he had waves in that video. And I said, nah, I need to find out how to do this. So I went, I found out how to do it. And yeah, so I had waves from like 16. Then after that, I've had periods where I've grown my hair out. I've done random stuff with my hair, man. I've lost the waves, I've got them back, lost them again. So this cycle of waves, I've had these for about, had them for about a year and a bit, just over a year. A bit of that I was just messing around and doing different things. I've shifted my pattern already. I kind of had like hybrid 540s, then I switched them to 360s just because I wanted to be able to do a bunch of different things, test out a bunch of different things before I started making videos for you guys, so that I can say to you, if you do this, this is the result, because I've tried it, I've tested it out, and I know whether it works or it doesn't. So I had a period where I was just messing around and testing stuff, but yeah, I've had these for about a year now. Why did you let your friend cut your hair? I don't know, man. I don't know, I thought he could do it. I thought he had the facilities for that, but he didn't. And I figured either he does it and it bangs, or he doesn't do it and that's content for you guys that you guys will enjoy. And yeah, he didn't do it well. It was content for you guys and you enjoyed it. So what can I say, man? Smash the subscribe button. Do it now! How do you keep a do-rag on a toddler? Is there like a way you can do it so they don't pull it off? Jeez, that's a tough one, man. I would say don't leave this on, because the thing with kids, yeah, is they always like to play with stuff. So if you're gonna put the do-rag on, yeah, make sure you tie up the back, yeah? Make sure you tie up the back bit, the tail, that's one. And then maybe put like a wave cap over it. So even if they take off the wave cap, they're not taking off the do-rag. Just the more effort that it takes for them, the better. Because at least that gives you more time to stop them from doing it. You feel me? So I think those are the two things you can use to help make it more difficult for them to pull it off. And that's it, man. So like I said before, in the next video, I'm gonna cover all the wave related questions that you guys asked me. So make sure you stay tuned for that. Make sure you smash the like button on this video. Make sure you subscribe as well. And make sure you click the bell so you get notified next time I drop a video, man. It's been that G-Tal D, wave to the world, and I'm out.